Join us now with Lon Chaney and Barbara Payton in Bride of the Gorilla as we enter the world beyond. Bride of the Gorilla with Barbara Payton and Raymond Bird now continues. Now back to today's World Beyond presentation, Bride of the Gorilla. Presents Michael Davenport and Lynn Frederick in Phase 4. Join us as we enter the world beyond. Phase 4 with Michael Davenport and Lynn Frederick now continues. Now back to Phase 4 on World Beyond. Join us now with Claude Rains and Bill Carter in Battle of the World as we enter the world beyond. Battle of the World, starring Claude Rains, now continues. Now back to Battle of the World, starring Claude Rains and Bill Carter. Saturday morning, when we will present Russ Tamlin and Kumi Mizuno in War of the Gargantuans, when we take another trip into the world beyond. Don't be afraid of the dark. Now returns on World Beyond. Now back to Don't Be Afraid of the Dark, starring Kim Darby and Jim Hutton. TV5 now presents First Spaceship on Venus as we enter the world beyond. Now back to the first spaceship on Venus. We now return to First Spaceship on Venus. TV5 now presents Varan the Unbelievable, starring Myron Healy, as we enter the world beyond. Varan the Unbelievable now continues on World Beyond. Now back to Varan the Unbelievable on World Beyond. Mamie Van Doren and Anthony Isley in the Navy versus the Night Monster as we enter the World Beyond. Now back to the Navy versus the Night Monsters on World Beyond. We now return to the Navy versus the Night Monsters, starring Mamie Van Doren. Join us now with Wendell Corey and Mary Anders in Women of the Prehistoric Planet as we enter the World Beyond. With John Carradine and Tommy Kirk in Man with the Synthetic Brain as we enter the World Beyond. Now back to Man with the Synthetic Brain on World Beyond. Now back to Man with the Synthetic Brain, starring John Carradine and Tommy Kirk. Join us now for another exciting science fiction adventure, Godzilla vs. Megalon, as we enter the World Beyond. Now back to Godzilla vs. Megalon. We now return to Godzilla vs. Megalon. Join us now with Vic Savage and Shannon O'Neill in Creeping Terror as we enter the World Beyond. Kerwin Matthews and Vivian Ventura in Battle Beneath the Earth as we enter the World Beyond. Battle Beneath the Earth with Kerwin Matthews and Vivian Ventura now continues. Now back to Battle Beneath the Earth on TV5's World Beyond. Join us now with Tina Anderson and John Powers in The Day the Earth Froze as we enter the World Beyond. Now back to The Day the Earth Froze with Tina Anderson and John Powers. The Day the Earth Froze. closed. Now continues on World Beyond. Join us now with David Hess and Lucy Grantham in The Legend of Boggy Creek as we enter the World Beyond. Now back to The Legend of Boggy Creek on TV5's World Beyond. Now back to The Legend of Boggy Creek, starring David Hess and Lucy Grantham. Join us now for the mystery documentary, Ghosts That Still Walk, as we enter the World Beyond. Ghosts That Still Walk now continues. We now return to today's World Beyond presentation, Ghosts That Still Walk. Join us now as we present the mysterious documentary, Lost City of Atlantis, as we enter the World Beyond. Join us now with Struther Martin and Dirk Benedict in as we enter the World Beyond. Now back to starring Struther Martin and Dirk Benedict. Starring Struther Martin and Dirk Benedict now continues. Join us now with Jack Palance and Carol Lindley in Godzilla vs. the Cosmic Monster as we enter the World Beyond. Godzilla vs. the Cosmic Monster now returns on World Beyond. Now back to Godzilla vs. the Cosmic Monster, starring Jack Palance and Carol Lindley. Vincent Price, Peter Lorre, and Boris Karloff in Comedy of Terrors as we enter the World Beyond. Now back to Comedy of Terrors on TV5's World Beyond. Now back to Comedy of Terrors, starring Vincent Price and Peter Lorre. and Jane Jackie in King Kong versus Godzilla as we enter the World Beyond. King Kong versus Godzilla now continues. Now back to King Kong versus Godzilla, starring Michael Keith and Jane Jackie. Join us now with Jackie Cooper and Stella Stevens in The Day the Earth Moves as we enter the World Beyond. The Day the Earth Moves, starring Jackie Cooper and Stella Stevens, now continues. The Day the Earth Moves, starring Jackie Cooper and Stella Stevens.
Join us now as TV5 presents Klaus Kinski and Diana Kerner in Creature with the Blue Hand, as we enter the World Beyond. And now back to Klaus Kinski and Diana Kerner in Creature with the Blue Hand. We now return to Creature with the Blue Hand, starring Klaus Kinski and Diana Kerner.
Now back to Son of the Blob, starring Godfrey Cambridge and Marlene Clark. Son of the Blob with Godfrey Cambridge and Marlene Clark now continues. Join us now with J. Carrol Naish and Lon Chaney in Dracula versus Frankenstein as we enter the World Beyond. Dracula versus Frankenstein, starring J. Carrol Naish and Lon Chaney, now continues. Dracula vs. Frankenstein now returns on TV5's World Beyond. Join us now for the monster epic, Godzilla vs. the Smog Monster, as we enter the World Beyond. Godzilla vs. the Smog Monster now continues. Now back to Godzilla vs. the Smog Monster on World Beyond. Again next Saturday morning when we will present Michael Goff and Margot Johns in Conga when we take another trip into
The World Beyond. Back to Attack of the Monsters, starring Christopher Murphy and Nobuhiro Kojima. Back to Christopher Murphy and Nobuhiro Kojima in Attack of the Monsters. Starring Hiroki Matsukata and Tomoko Osawa, when we take another trip into the world beyond. Join us now for the Magic Serpent as we enter the World Beyond.
Join us now with Cornell Wilde and Jennifer Salt in Gargoyles as we enter the World Beyond. Gargoyles with Cornell Wilde and Jennifer Salt now continues. Gargoyles now returns on TV5's World Beyond.